these rivalries of Ivan and Nietzsche for Katerina, and of Nietzsche and the father for Geshenka. This idea of pattern, and therefore logic and coherence, is what I and the Reagan Foundation feel we owe to René Girard. When we feel that they're talking about us that in Dostoevsky's pages, we're not wrong. And this simply confirms Virginia Woolf's wonderful statement, where she says that his novels are leading us to understanding more than we have ever understood before, and receiving such revelations as we are wont to get only from the press of life at its fullest. And it's that fullness, that intensity that's Dostoevsky, that he calls, and this is his term, fantastic realism. You know, Ivan says, well, if you're spoiled by contemporary reason, you won't like the fantastic. But fantastic realism is realism for Dostoevsky for this reason. He says he says reality is fantastical and exceptional, and that is the essence of the real. And we've had 3 hours of incredibly compact, dense hilarity, tears, hysteria, etc. And there's something both dreadfully tragic and terribly comic about that. And that's because Dostoevsky says life is full of the comic and only majestic in its inner sense. And you have this incredible mixture of the comic and the tragic. In Dickens, you get them separate, and it's the little Nell dies, we're sad, and then something silly happens in Parliament, and we ought to be left. In Dostoevsky, they're crunched together. And they're crunched together because of his sense of a comic finale, the resurrection, which he wants to believe in, and sometimes he does when he's Alyosha, does believe in, and he can write a novel like this. But only Alyosha can write this novel and Reign of Prisoner. In any case, there's that sense of intensity, and that we put ourselves in all kinds of miserable situations of shame and pride. And the play brings out beautifully how Katya's pride is Nietzsche's shame, except when he reverses it. And then she's ashamed, and he is proud, and back and forth, etc. And there are patterns here in systems of bad behavior that we could get through and live without if we stopped lying to ourselves. And so that whole sense of frustration that isn't necessary and that we put ourselves through is kind of the hell that Dostoevsky's characters go through. Anyway, all I really want to get across is that we can feel confident in both the hilarity and the tears that a work like this brings out, and that the distillation on stage brings out, and that there's something powerfully coherent and meaningful for our lives that we can understand. And I won't have to answer questions about that, because you can go to the Raven site and link here and there, it's all there. Thank you very much.